Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, and welcome to another episode of Battle Nations Radio. I'm your host, Hobby Hangout, and it's Tuesday. Let's go ahead and let's get the music rolling. Let's do a little roll call, talk about weekly pickups, and let's go. We got a couple things to talk about. We're going to recap the event from last weekend, go over that, feedback that was given live, adjustments that were made live, and then we're also going to be talking about the upcoming boss strike, how to prepare for that, some of the constraints that I'm going through right now as well. We're going to go over those, and just a lot that we have going on right now. So before we go ahead and get into it, make sure, as always, to hit that like button. Y'all are already commenting, and I love to see that. But yeah, go ahead and hit that like button, and let's get started here. We'll do a little base tour where we're at. Do a little roll call next, and we'll talk about some weekly pickups. But let's go ahead and just collect everything from after our long day of work. Goal right now, as you can see, we're about 130,000 away from getting access to that first radio tech. I just need 15 more stars there. So let's go ahead and keep these jobs flowing. I still have not figured out how to, I guess, min-max on these jobs, so that's quite unfortunate. And let me know if that music is too loud at any point. We are testing out some new music, so excited about that. And alrighty, let's go ahead and welcome everyone into this night's episode. Top comment, Boaca, number 1 tonight. First one to comment. Welcome on in. Good to see you. We got Hauken, a number 2 slot. We don't normally see you here this early, but it's good to see you. Junder, how are you doing? You're always pretty early. Number 3, I love it. We got Rhino Vault Boy. I just beat Fallout 4 for the first time, and I'm starting Far Harbor. I thought you'd be interested in that. Rogue, good to see you, and a special congratulations to you on that frag, man. I hope you've been having a fun time with that. See you, Pants, good to see you as always. Soju, good to see you in the house. Mr. Knight, how are you doing? Is that a boba profile picture? I like that. We got the engineer. How are you doing? Good. I'm hanging with my hobby out. Schmebo, good to see you. Did everyone else's favorite units get nuked? I'll get to that in just 1 second. Yeah, Mr. Knight, Schmebo, Junder. That's awesome. I love that profile picture. I hope you're excited for the new Mando movie too, but based on your profile picture, I would assume you are, but we'll see. I know all Star Wars fans are very opinionated, but with that being said, to answer the quick question here, there is no cloud sharing on the favorited units, so I play on an iPhone, an iPad, and my computer right now, so the favorited units are going to be different in between. Meaning you're going to have to favorite your units on each device. I actually have 2 phones, so I play on both phones, as well as an iPad and a computer, so obviously that is tough to do. No, I have not visited Nuka World yet, but I know the premise of it, and, spoiler alert, I guess the game's been out for almost 10 years at this point. I'm probably going to be doing the good guy boring path with that, because I'm on survival mode, and I can't really quick save, so I don't really have the option to quick save and do the other scenarios, but that's okay. Clace, good to see you, man. I know it's a little bit late, but it's always good to see you. Alrighty, guys, let's go ahead and do weekly pickups here. Well, we last checked in on Sunday, and I appreciate everyone attending that bonus stream. That was a ton of fun to do. If we take a look at the vehicles in here, we are looking at the trebuchets. And the trebuchets is what we're going to be working on. That's going to be kind of our background gameplay tonight, along with the maulers. But trebuchets, the big update with them is we're producing them a little bit more frequently now. We have them at R4. We are continuously saving steel as well. And right now we do have our ARC troopers promoting to R4. Next big promotion is going to be this elemental trooper, but I'm not going to have that ready to go by tomorrow morning, so we're going to sub that out for what I call a a temp promotion, and that will be the junior officer that has a 12-hour promotion that we will be doing tomorrow morning. Again, we are just trying to keep those promotions flowing for that additional XP. I just rewatched The Mandalorian and Boba Fett and feel ready for the new movie. I'm going to do the same too. I'm really excited for it. I'm even hoping to get maybe one of the Lego sets with the movie too. That'd be awesome. Everyone ready for the tier 10 reward of the Sky Bus? The Kitty Hawk Watch tier 10 Sky Bus. You know, I know that you said that, but now I'm like, no, never. Bad idea. But with that being said, we are actually going to talk a little bit about what I think the units are going to be tonight. I'd love to get some of y'all's opinions on that too. We're going to open up the radio as always after I get through my monologue tonight. And the monologue is going to be on this past weekend's event, some fair and some what I think is not so fair community reactions to the event, and then we'll open up the radio and we are going to be talking about what we think the new units are going to be. I'm going to have y'all on and we can talk about that too. But with that being said, those are our weekly pickups. Not too much. We're just kind of slowly ranking up. I do want to give a little bit of an infected recap because this is part 2 of the weekly pickups here. We have our 3 Colossus ready for R3. We did get 2 Arc Crawlers, which I'm super excited about. Got those ready for R2. Those are going to be a little bit of backlog. We got another Arch Cannoneer. Excited about that. Another Arch Stalker. We got an Arch Hunter, so I have that to rank up. And we have 22 Maulers along with 50 Black Nanopods, so plenty of time to get some more Maulers, and Teeth are still the name of the game. Speaking of Teeth, let me go ahead and start farming those. We'll take a peek at the Ancient Ruins. I haven't seen anything. I was really hoping that was going to be a... I was really hoping there was going to be an AS there, but no worries, there's not. That's okay. Let me take a peek here. We're seeing nothing. Let's go ahead and assist the friends. Thank you for the assist. I need skill assist, please, and thank you too. Alrighty, guys. So let me go ahead and get this. Yeah, I need to get it promoted. I really want the Arch Crawlers. Where do you farm gears now when the Silver Wolves don't spawn in Recoil Ridge? Place, do you have New Haven unlocked? Let me know about that, because there's infinite gear spawns you can get. Yes, guys. So let me go ahead and get everything pulled up here. So, guys, I want to talk about the event this weekend. Some of the feedback that was given, what I liked, what I didn't like, what I thought was unfair, and what I thought was a very fair critique. So, guys, with that being said, this past weekend, Clace, what you're gonna want to do, Clace, what you want to do is you're going to want to attack that vehicle factory repeatedly. Let me spit my gum out here. You're going to want to attack that vehicle factory repeatedly in New Haven. And that will give you a gear every time you fight it. So that is how you want to get your gears. But guys, there was an event this weekend. It was the Black Nano event. It was a 3-day event from all day March 6th through all day March 8th. Give or take a couple different time zones, but obviously it's around that time. And the premise of this was basically, hey, you know, the storyline was the picture that the devs produced, and you know, some leaky infected around the wasteland, or this is not Fallout, but there's some leaky infected around the 405 next to Recoil Ridge. We want you to take them out, and hey, here's a phone number, and if you call that phone number, you will figure out that there's going to be a boss strike from March 26th to March 29th, and I thought that was a cool storyline. And so come Friday, we get the infected event. And the infected event is, to some people's surprise, to other people's not so much surprise, is it's just a copy and paste of what we saw in October, right? So the spawn rate is the same, the drop rate is the same. Really nothing to talk about more so than it's a change from October. Now, the thing that people were frustrated with the most would be the frequency of the spawns or the drop of the Black Nanos. You can kind of interchange those two. So people were upset, you know, hey, it's a 3-day event, or they're only spawning this much, or hey, like they're not giving enough Black Nanos, so it's not making the battle worth it. People felt like they weren't getting enough. so forth. So, a suggestion was made, and I will go ahead and highlight that in the suggestion channel. And a lot of feedback was given as well in Donator and General VC. Suggestion channel. And oh my gosh, everyone is making suggestions all the time. Holy cow, guys. I guess these are, okay, these are when people comment on the suggestion. Okay, I was not ready for that. But, and forgive me, because I should have had this pulled up before, but I'm looking for it now. Okay, well, I can't find it. Apologies. But, so what I was going to say is that there was a suggestion that was put in suggestion chat that said, hey, I don't think these are spawning quickly enough. And I would like for these to spawn more, or for there to be a better drop rate for the black nanos. And so that was taken in. And then what the devs did is about Friday evening, they went ahead and went in and patched the drop rate and the spawn timer rate of the infected event. So these are still the same, kind of level 40 infected formations we were fighting back in October. They weren't anything too difficult, but holy cow, did they ramp up the spawn rate and the drop rate. Also, yeah, respawn. After I finish my monologue, we are going to talk about that. Yes, so they did that, and basically it was a black nano frenzy for 2.5 days once they patched that. And I think after that, people were really happy with the event, but people were really mad with the event before. It seemed almost like a bipolar reaction to this. We talked about this on the stream on AP on Friday, which was a ton of fun. Yeah, so people were not happy to really happy. Also, help is really funny on the base. And with that being said, I would say my personal opinion about the situation is that there were a lot of people who, I think people were almost overhyping the event in their head in some cases, to where people were disappointed with what we actually got. If you take a look at the text of what Madrona was promising, they were just saying, hey, they're going to be more infected, they're going to spawn, and they made some fun artwork and this cool, phone game that we could play too if we wanted to figure out a new secret in the game, which was going to be the boss rush game. I know some people were hoping that there were going to be new in-game missions, if there were going to be, different types of infected formations that we were going to fight, anything along those lines. That's what the people were hoping for. We didn't end up seeing that, and that's okay. The devs didn't really necessarily promise that, but kind of to meet the community at a halfway point, they did go ahead and they gave us this new spawn rate. So people produced out the wazoo this weekend. I'm going to go ahead and make a poll in the YouTube chat because I'm curious how many infected units y'all produced this weekend. Or did you use those black nanos to produce regular nanopods? So that was good to see. The devs were very quick to act. They took in the feedback. One thing that I would like to see the community do, and I've expressed this before, is I think the community tends to be overarchingly negative. I think conversations that I had in Donator General on Friday, somebody cited the fact that they said no less than 90% of the community views this event as a negative event. This was prior to the patch, of course, but I thought that was really interesting, so I went ahead and dropped a poll in both General and Donator General, and it was I put a positive, neutral, or negative reaction in there. It wasn't even close to 90% when that was dropped, but yeah, definitely all over the place. I mean, you could probably say it was, I don't have the exact results pulled up, but it was probably all over the place. It was probably 1/3 in each category, positive, neutral, or negative, but I would say that shifted after the dev response. Now, so I think a lot of people kind of overhyped it. I think there tends to be a little bit of doomerism, as there is in every sort of fan base. When people love something so passionately, they get very passionate about the game. When completely understandable. I myself am very passionate. But, they tend to get, a little frustrated when things don't kind of work out, the way they were hoping or the way they were expecting, which is totally fine. Happens. Now, my biggest critique of this event, which the devs fixed, and I am so dearly grateful for that, is going to be that we have this mailbox system. And if you are not a person who actively uses social media, so you're not watching Battle Nation's YouTube, you're not in Reddit forums, or you're not in the Discord, you would have no idea there was an infected event this week, and you would just see infected randomly spawn. But after that feedback was also submitted, the devs did a good job, and they put out a mail explaining that there was an infected event this weekend. Could they have done that sooner, or should they have done that sooner? Yes, they should have done that sooner. They should have given people a heads up before the event started, and they should do that in the in-game mail as well for Boss Strike, giving people a heads up before that starts as well. They generally do a good job with that, though, because if you recall last time, right here under missions, they did have that timer, so shouldn't be an issue there. But yes, if there's an event, I do believe that the mailbox should be getting a notification because it's a feature of the game. So, overall conclusions about this weekend. I think that this weekend was a big success. I think it's good to have varying opinions about things in the open discourse and the chats. Helps the game as long as they aren't overly negative or overly, well, they can be overly positive as long as they aren't overly negative and they're constructive feedback. I think that it was cool to see the devs respond in real time and kind of toss us a bone. I personally think that maybe this is going to sound elitist, so apologies about that, but I do think they increased the drop rate of Black Nanos. Not the spawn rate of the infected, but I think they increased the drop rate a little bit too much. I think they almost oversaturated the Black Nano economy this weekend, but we can debate that if you want. But yes, my critique is, at the end of the day, is that they the drop rate was a little bit too high, like the 4 to 5 a lot is a little too much. And then also they just need to get that message out in the mailbox a little bit before. But what I'll give them their flowers on is they did a great job of listening to the community. They did a fantastic job of setting up this event and a storyline to this event, and flexing their muscle and putting some of that new artwork to good use. So props to Andrew, Alex. I know Reed worked very hard on the artwork, and to everyone on the Madrona team, thank you. I thought that was a fun weekend, and I really enjoyed doing that, and I hope you all did too. So, as I said before, let me go ahead and get that that poll going, because I'm curious how many units did y'all produce? How many? So let me go ahead and we'll do a poll. I'm not even sure what the category should be, but oh. All right, chat. That poll is up. Sorry, I am the maker of this. Let's go ahead and get that votes in, and we're going to go ahead and open up the radio as well. And I was on a side quest, and I achieved it. I have 10 Colossus now and 4 Arch Crawlers. All righty. Well, that's perfect. I'm glad to hear that. And guys, as we go ahead and open up the radio, just a little self-promo. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. And let's go ahead and I want to hear y'all's feedback on the weekend. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you think I'm, bootlicking here for the devs a little too much? Do you think what was something that you would like to see? What was your feedback? But yeah. Let's go ahead and open up that radio. And Clace, sounds like you need a little bit of help, so that's actually what we're going to do right now. Let's shift that focus, and let's get you helped out here. Guys, if you don't know where to join the radio, that radio is live. If you don't know where to join that, please leave a comment in the comments, and we will get you that link and get you on here. But Clace, I feel like an idiot now, but do you have to clear out those smaller defenses in New Haven so I can attack the vehicle factory? Yes. So we'll go ahead and show you an example of how to do that. Let's head down yonder to New Haven. Because I have not attacked my vehicle factory either. But hey, look, you know, that is covered. What we really need to do is knock out that vehicle factory, but we can't get to it right now, right? So we want to go ahead and spit in there. You should see your garrison highlighted red. We're going to go ahead and press attack. And these guys are a little bit more powerful, so there you've been warned. And we'll go ahead and get to going here. I'm doing that. Rogue said, I agree. While I'm not complaining about the surplus 1 black nanos, I do think they overcompensated to please the community. Yeah, it seemed like a bit of like it seemed like a F it sort of deal. Here you go. Like, just like, hey, please shut up. Here you go. I think there probably could have been a good balance, but it also could have been, hey, they just didn't have the resources to kind of tweak the spawn rate. That's the only thing they had available to them at that point, which understandable. But yeah, to be honest, I skipped this event. I was lucky to have almost all the infected units during the Halloween event, but I'm glad to have brought back for new players who missed out. Yes, very happy for the new players. That will be good for them. Sorry, I got a notification there. Yeah, very happy that the new players are getting the chance to do that. And, you know, it was a third month. So 7 months, you know, 7 months until the new infected event in October. And we will definitely be seeing this event back in October. I am hoping in October we do see the OG missions on this. Alrighty. And Rogue is saying people were definitely overcritical, but the rate should have been a bit higher to compensate for the shorter event timer. I agree. And look, they're just getting their feet wet in event testing too. So, you know, they're trying to find that good middle ground. I don't think by any means they broke the game. Game could have gotten a little bit more broken if they, oh, hey, buddy. The game could have been a little bit more broken if they had the teeth spawn rate boosted and the black nano boosted. That would have created some issues. I love this little tank abomination right there too. That's fun. But they didn't, so it was fine. And also, Clay's going back to you now. So this showed 30 originally. Now it shows 23. You're just trying to deplete this down to 0 to wipe out the garrison. So, Clay's just one more example for you, so you can see this garrison has 2. Let's go ahead and take this garrison down to 0. They should have boosted teeth as well. I think that would have made the event a little too OP, unfortunately. Am I going to be able to attack this air unit? No, I'm not going to be able to attack that air unit. And added the Blood Ninja. That's right. They should have added plasma artillery as well. Yes, but the garrisons works, but not the smaller ones. Clays, can you send me a screenshot? You need to make sure you're attacking in green territory as well. I have. Okay, let me take a look here. So Clace, you have your I'll show you after this battle here, but you can't your thing can't be all red. You have to have that portion in some green area too, and I'll show you. I know I see what you're asking now, but yeah, you're gonna have to make that adjustment. The slowest attack ever. All right, so Clays, what's the question here? Apologies, then. There's a glitch, I believe, where the garrison's number won't go down if you not attack at an angle. Boca, you got me? Can you hear me? Yeah, you're good. Yeah. Bert. Turning the music down slightly there so I can hear a little bit better too. Oh boy. All right, so that should have wiped out that garrison. So you have to attack from the outside in, so this has to be green to attack. If it's red, obviously I'm clicking right now. I can't attack. You can't attack inside the walls. Place, would you be open to, you don't have to speak, but if you want to share your screen in the Discord call, we can go over that, but it should be working because you have to, are you saying this one right here? I mean, you have to attack what is the light blue first and then work your way into the purple. You have to go light blue and then move into the purple. Interesting. And try that too, what Respawn Labs was saying as well. That might be helpful. Yeah, let me know. That's kind of weird. Go ahead and MT. Because we desperately need that. Oh, let me go ahead and do some more assists real quick. Definitely want to get some more merit. It's going to be trying to produce a few more. A few more. I did beat the was it the Dreadnought or the Kraken earlier today? I believe it was the Dreadnought earlier today. Defeated the AS for the first time. To attack it. And what did you make it out alive with? Kind of curious to hear about that. Night. Oh. I have the vehicle factory unlocked. You have to take a weird path to unlock it. Where? I mean, we can go ahead and do a. We can go ahead and, I mean, just do an assault on the vehicle factory in the background place. If you want to follow along, that's going to be easy for you to kind of find your mojo on that one. 2 vets at like 10 health. Oof. Well, hey, if you beat it for the first time, that's the good news, is that it's already spawned right back again. So you don't have to wait for it. So, and now, did you go snakes or did you go radio tech? Kind of what was your strategy? Walk us through. Tell the story there. Walk us through that. All right, looking good there. I'll snoop now. No, Clay, so are you just having trouble with the battles there? Kind of what's the issue? No, we do need to get some teeth here. Killed all my megas. I'm planning to make a video on it. Recorded the fight. Oh, awesome. I'm glad to hear that. It would have been really cool if for the video you did get the drop, but that's okay. You'll get it soon. go to our favorite play. Actually, we are going to need to add. We're going to need to add this unit, and we're going to go ahead and favorite this guy on the computer as well. I'm going to want to get that to at least probably one more bar. I just have so many units right now that are pending. Just given the fact that we just there's so many units right now that I kind of want to get ranked up before the boss fight. It was such boss strike in such little time. But yeah. Front line, butt line, I consisted of 2 snakes, 4 megas, 4 vets, and 1 elemental, 3 megas. I mean, okay. I mean, so you're doing all right for yourself. You know, you have the nano units, the snakes, looking pretty good. I would definitely try and throw in a radio tech in there too. That's probably going to be pretty helpful. Come on, let's get a 2. There we go. Just like that. That's easy. All I have to do is ask. Clace, I would say the best is either going to be join the hideout and have Mr. Knight assist you, or if you want to join the Discord I am in, we can also assist you there, but that's going to be the only way we're going to be able to go about it. I'm trying to kind of paint a picture in my head of what you're trying to get at, but I'm having a little trouble, so apologies for that. Just clicked, fired too quickly. Ah, 2 for 2 on fire there. That's pretty good. Desperately need those teeth too. But yeah, guys. So the next thing, and Boca is going to come in and give his thoughts too as well on the event. So excited to hear that. But we are also going to be talking about what we think the units are going to be for the next boss strike. I would expect that we would see an announcement about that, maybe. Maybe what that looks like. And yeah, Mr. Knight, you're always welcome. Do you know how to get access to the Discord? But yeah, just what units I think we're gonna get at tier 3, tier 7, and tier 10. I believe that we are probably going to see the same style that we saw last time around. That style being we're going to see ×3 units on tier 3 and tier 7. Obviously, tier 10 will be the same. And yeah, Mr. Knight, let me know when you are good to get on. I don't think I'm in your Discord. Let me go ahead and post the Discord invite in. Yeah, Clay, you need to be hugging. You need to be hugging that way more. You need to be pushing your green thing more onto the attack zone. And Clay, I'll show you that here too. Let me finish this battle. And let me go ahead and get a Discord invite sent out. Again, guys, if you want to be on the show or ever want to be a part of the call-in, you're going to go ahead and use this. And I will see if this will work. It might not work. Nope, that doesn't work. Let me go ahead and try and grab one real quick. All right, waiting to hear back on that. Sorry about that. And then Clay, I'll show you what I'm thinking. I think you're just not on top of it enough. It's just kind of funny, but like I think you're attacking with too much green. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'll try and show you. And let me know if that works too. Let me know if you understand what I'm saying about that. All right. So I'm going to head back over to New Haven. Clace, your issue is that when you have this out, you have it like a couple grids off of the attack. So while it is highlighted, you need to push it in more. And you want to just have a majority of things highlighted. So it might attack here first, which is okay. But yeah. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and switch over. Sorry about that, Clace. I'm sorry we couldn't be more of a help tonight. But, guys, we're going to go ahead and switch over to what I think are going to be some of the next units. Hobby, is your Discord linked anywhere? Mr. Knight, are we friends on... If you want to add me as a friend, I can probably shoot you a direct link or directly add you. And if I do already have you as a friend on Discord, apologies about that. But that's probably going to be the best way to go about it for right now. All right, well, let's go ahead and head back on over. Because now we talked about this a little bit earlier in the Discord today. But they kind of want to pose it to the public here. I'm in a little bit of a conundrum where I have 4 units that I'm all trying to kind of like rank up simultaneously at the same time before boss strike. And I really just kind of wanted to gauge the crowd's opinion on what I should be focused on the most, what doesn't need that much attention, and kind of how I should prioritize it or rank it 1 through 4. So the options that I have right now are going to be the Trebs, the Arctic Troopers, the Arctic Tank, and Elemental Troopers. When I say Elemental Troopers, just note that I only have 1. So when I'm thinking of importance for boss strike, keep that in mind. So those being said, I have them either ready for rank 3 or rank 4. Trebs I have the furthest. They're rank 4 right now. I'm trying to get them to rank 5. Everything else is waiting for a promotion, so I can't work on anything right now. I just wanted to know where I should prioritize it. So the question is, ETs, Arctic Tank, Arctic Trooper, or Trebs, what is the most important to have ready for your boss strike? You are not live right now. Obviously, they can hear me, but they cannot hear you. Let me go ahead. You good if I blast you live here? All right, perfect. Guys, I'm going to bring Boica onto stage. Give me 1 second. Hey, Mr. Knight, I'm sure you can find me. I'm trying to multitask with the stream a little bit. Any chance you could add me? Oh, never mind. You are the man. Thank you. See you. All right. Give me 1 sec. Sorry, I was trying to do something else. Alrighty, you are live, and we'll kind of revert back here, Boca. I would Treb can be worked into formation. Arch Trooper is good for death runs. Yeah, that makes sense. So Boca, and I'm sorry, I always say it wrong. It's Bohica, or is it Boca? Or am I saying it?
It's Bohica. It's
Bohica. Perfect. Well, Bohica, what were your thoughts on the infected event, and where would you offer? I'm kind of putting you on the spot here. Where would you offer? If you were to offer one piece of feedback to the devs from it, what would it be?
So I got into it like the first half day before they did any things, and I already got up to like 13 black nanopods, and I was doing the math, and I was like, probably by the end I'll be able to fill my nanopods again.
Yeah.
But that was logging in every hour and a half, clearing stuff, and I was like, okay, you can get, probably if you were crazy, maybe 15 a day. And I think it was like people didn't realize that that's what the October event basically was.
Yes.
And what I thought was like what they did to change it was really helpful for the new players who weren't there. Like super good for them. I also thought it was like a big hint, like, hey, you're gonna need maulers for this boss strike. Like, don't miss this event. It's such a nice like handout to the community, especially the people. I mean, I guess you could get mad that's like, hey, I worked really hard during the old, Halloween event, and now it doesn't. Like,
yeah, and now
the people who
like
grinded that Halloween event, like during this event, I got like 100, almost 200 black nanos.
Jeez,
I did.
So you're training pretty rapidly.
Yeah, not maulers because teeth were so bad, but I
Yes.
just like. I was getting all the other things, all the other like units that I didn't have, like the creepers and there was one other arch that I didn't have. So using it to like kind of do more unit maxing, I guess. But
did you get to play around with any of the new units as well?
Not yet, because I've been doing with your last questions. I've been working on the ETs a ton because I think I just want to get them not to R6. I have them at R5 like 0.3. So like I'm working on them, but I really want to get them R6 because I think they're just really tanky. They're gonna help a lot when you like
especially
need to freeze a dangerous. Yeah, when you need to freeze a dangerous unit in the boss strike, I think they're gonna be clutch for saving units.
And how many do you have before
I have 10.
10.
ETs.
Okay, so that makes 100%. That makes sense.
And then also. I think the cool thing, if I was to give the event a compliment, is with the amount that we were getting being able to fill out for new players so they could catch up for this boss strike, being able to build 5 to 10 maulers, like that's going to help immensely in a Silver Wolves boss strike. And then what was I going to? There was something with the event that was like just spacing here, but
you're good. Is it something that you thought that they did well with the event, or is it something like
like an unforeseen good thing that came out of it, and I just can't remember. But I had it like I was thinking about it before I got on with you, and I was like, that's.
Is it maybe that we have the Arctic Troopers now, so you could get the Arch Hunt? I forgot what they're called, but the Arch Crawler and the Arch Flyer. Yeah,
I mean those were really nice to get. The negative thing I thought was for the players who like spent all the time grinding during the Halloween and
hey, that's still SP.
That's
still SP that they didn't waste.
Yeah,
but alrighty with that.
The event. The cool thing was adding all that extra, even though it was wasteful. If they didn't do that, I feel like there would have been a huge amount of stealing going on. Yes. Like I didn't feel any need to try and snipe from other players. And I feel like if it was the way it was, especially by the end of that event, you would have been seeing guilds getting mad at each other, people getting... Everyone would have
unfriended each other.
Yeah, everyone would have just been trying to rip each other. Yeah. And I think that was nice just to be like, okay, I don't have to worry about trying to scalp people's bases. I can just...
relax a little bit.
Log on every hour and easily get the black nanos that I need. So I thought even that was like the unforeseen, like, that was kind of nice. I didn't see any messages of I'm getting sniped.
Nope. I mean, it was bound to happen a little bit in the beginning, but I really didn't see too much of it either. But yeah, no, CU, I know he's in the chat right now. He's saying, I like that. That was super nice. Alrighty, Mr. Knight. Bohika, I want to keep you on the line here. I do want to switch to this real quick. We are hopefully finally going to solve this for Clace. Make this.
Hello, nice to meet everyone.
Hey, how are you doing? Oh, my mouse disappeared. So...
Yeah, not too bad. No?
Oh, hello there.
Can you see the screen? All right.
I can. I'm trying to. Can y'all hear me? Sorry, my computer's lagging.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We're going to go ahead and give the RAM a little bit of a break here. And... almost. Apologies, guys. Technical difficulties.
Oh, Hobby, just something that you said earlier too about like there being an announcement. I cannot wait for the pop-up announcements. I really hope that because they could just use the messaging system that works like well too. But I always love like logging into the game and getting a big like pop-up animation.
Oh yeah.
Just or an event or a sale or something. Like I hope that does come back in the future.
They could never get rid of the original though, because the original is, the pop-up. It was always awesome, and I hope they basically bring it back, but with their own flair towards it.
Yeah, and I think they put a lot of flavor on the original announcement that they did. And Mr. Knight, I would love for you to hang out here too, but it sounds like Clay's figured it out, which is hilarious. Clay, so what was your problem? With it?
Do you want me to just show it on stream regardless, or?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that while I got you here.
So you have to attack this garrison here, which will allow you to take on this small one.
Okay, one sec. Okay, you have to attack that garrison in the southwest corner.
Yes. After you attack this garrison, it'll open up this one on the left. And then you're able to actually do these ones inside the walls, and then you can up on.
Go. Okay.
Yeah, that's that.
Well, that makes sense, and that's how you get your unlimited gears. But Clay's happy you figured that out too. But yeah, no, that's perfect. I got to go ahead and back out that because that will blow up my computer. And we'll go ahead.
I'm gonna get back to farming my radio tech. But nice to meet you all.
Hey, pleasure to meet you. I appreciate you hopping in.
Yeah, no worries, man. All right, take it easy.
Cheers. Bye.
All right.
Oh, also, like for life.
Nice.
I didn't catch what he said at the end there. What did he say?
My brain's literally just had one of our moments I don't remember. Whatever it was a badass saying, though.
Love it.
Of course. Yeah, currently ranking up my Colossus, which honestly I absolutely love it.
Is that one you're kind of set on for using? I said like the live.
Oh,
yeah, like the live, guys. Go ahead and hit that like button and please subscribe too. But with that being, we do have a new video coming out tomorrow, which would be nice. But yeah, so I was a really good point to bring up too, is that we didn't see any sort of, there wasn't really any infected stealing, which was good to see.
Yeah, weirdly enough, it never really happened much for me though. So, well, I probably should consider myself lucky that it didn't happen. But either way, it was good.
It's always good for the health of the game.
I do like how they basically changed at the last minute before properly putting the event live. That they basically made the adjustment, percentage amount you get.
Yeah. I do love you might have been asleep for it, but that was after the event went live.
Yeah.
Oh, I misclicked there, damn. But no, that was a good adjustment. Obviously, I have 22 maulers, so we should be pretty stacked for the boss strike.
Oh yeah, I've got more than enough Black Nano stored in place as well.
Now I have heard people theorize, and Bohika, kind of want to get your opinion on this too. I've heard people theorize that since they gave us these Black Nanos, that this is because the devs are trying to have us get maulers, because it is going to be a cold effect for this event.
Yeah, I think it's going to be insanely important with the amount of damage they put out with the cold. And I was going to ask you about, because you're doing Arctic tanks too. I decided, I'm a nano spender, so yes. I got the garbage trucks.
Yes.
I got the garbage trucks, and I've already been I already had them at rank 3, so I was like, I'll just push them to rank 5 before the strike. And I feel like obviously they're probably gonna be the best frontline unit for avoiding the freeze.
Not the Arctic tank?
No.
I'm just messing with you.
What?
Well, one thing that
With the free to play, I'm interested to see if they can last. Like, if you get them to 5 or 6, will the Arctic tanks last the whole round, or will you lose one a round? None. Like, I'll be interested to see the free to play. And I have a separate account that's free to play, and so I have Arctic tanks on that one. So I'll and I haven't been doing. I'm only R3 on the Arctic tanks on that one, so I need to.
Yeah,
get those
your
up
Arctic
if I want a
tanks are
chance
still
to
higher
survive
than
them.
mine on your free to play account.
damn.
No, mine are ready for promotion to R3. I just promoted some other things first.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I don't know if this is going to be a cold event. I haven't fought a cold battle in so long that I'm unsure how I would feel about that. What does it generally do per like round, if that makes sense?
I think it was like 15 or 20, like in
Okay.
it, which doesn't sound like a lot, but every turn.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you don't kill a wave in 5 turns, all of your units just lost 100 health.
Yeah, you're SOL.
That's painful unless you have nothing but just tanky units.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Like,
Well, it's just like
mega
with during the old game as well, because I think it was Doctor. I think it was that Civil War's Doctor that didn't have the cold effect, but I think it was Shro herself that pretty much had that.
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so Shro did have the cold effect last time around, so curious if they're going to do that again. Now,
Although with the Doctor though, he pretty much had the ancient construct, as a mini boss as well.
Yes, it wasn't the flying Dexter fragment. Now they did talk about the flying Dexter fragment in the phone call, by the way.
Yeah.
So we could see that as a tier 10 unit, which I would be mighty interested to
or
see.
the first promo? Question mark.
Oh,
It will not be
hopefully.
a promo.
Oh.
99.9% sure that this is going to be a promo-less boss strike.
Wasn't that Flying Dexter fragment formerly a promo unit, or was am I
No.
crazy?
It was a boss.
It was a boss strike reward.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then.
So I think that's going to be
you
our
can always
tier
hope.
10. Oh, a tooth. All right, now we'll do it on there. We're going to head to board Badlands.
Here's the hoping though.
How can
I'm gonna be so sad if it's not the Chinook. I really want the
the
Chinook.
Chinook?
If it's the crop duster, I'm literally just gonna cry because I'm like, the crop duster is like no.
So how can a Sane should have a mega Arctic tank have a freezing shell since cold like the Snow Crusher? I don't know about that, but we'll see.
I mean, it's a good hot take because you're basically messing with the cold environment and basically just messing with elements and such. But I don't see that as a realistic perspective.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, squad?
What's going on? How are you doing, CU?
I'm fantastic.
How you doing, buddy?
Make sure that was
How we
CU,
doing?
just because I was guessing. Yeah, that is CU. I thought so by the voice, but I just wanted to make sure.
It's you. You're getting good.
I know. But yeah, so my official prediction for the units, and then I want to throw it to y'all if you've had time to think about this. So my prediction is that tier 3 is going to be the Silver Wolf Mortar team. Tier 7 is going to be the Silver Wolf Enforcer, and tier 10 is going to be the Flying Dexter Fragment.
Oh, that's the first I've heard of that last one.
The Flying Dexter Fragment?
Yeah, is that a prediction people have been making? I haven't heard that yet.
So the reason I'm making that prediction is because if you listen to the phone call, and I know you were trying to transcribe some of it, so I'm not sure if you heard all of it, but in the phone call, they did mention the Flying Dexter Fragment by name.
Ooh.
So
That's fun. I got about halfway or so through, and you guys solved it, and it took forever, so I give up.
So the reason, I believe that was on option number 9. So actually, let's go ahead and give her a call here real quick. Let's finish this fight and see if I can pull up the lore. And another good reason.
Okay.
Oh, but this does have a level requirement to promote it. So I don't know. I don't know if they do that. And it's 60. But let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and call JB's real quick and see what he's got going on. Get you pulled up there. We'll go to that picture. Alrighty.
You've reached JB Construction.
Can y'all hear that?
If you're calling about a complaint, press 1.
Barely.
If you're calling about demolition,
There we go.
press 2. If you're calling because you saw the truck, press 3. If you're calling about a permit, press 4. If you're calling about repairs, press 5. If you're calling for a rental, press 6. If you're calling about the radioactive sludge leaking at the chemical reservoir, press 7. If you're calling about career opportunities, press 8. If you are calling because you need a friend, press 9.
Not again,
Anytime.
please.
Press pound to return to the
We're
previous.
just going to do 9 because that tells the story of
You
the
know your
Dexter
parties.
fragment.
Well, I remember a while ago when I was fixing up a leaky roof on this old scrap house. I'll tell you, this thing had seen some cold winters in its day. She was an old shack. Good bones, though. Anyways, it was monsoon season, and we had rain for a week straight. I remember it coming down so hard my wipers couldn't keep up. The fix was a favor, called in from a nephew's old mining buddy back in Scarborough. I didn't know the fella very well, but a few Christmases back, I knocked back a little more spiked eggnog than I initially intended and got kind of reckless with the compound bow. Long story short, he left that night with an arrow in his carburetor and IOU to fix anything he could throw at me. No expiration. You could imagine my trepidation about meeting a man whose last impression of me came in a bout of intoxicated property damage. I pulled into his gravel driveway and stepped out of my truck, greeted by the cold embrace of a puddle up to my right kneecap. To add insult to injury, the gentleman wouldn't answer his door, no matter how hard I knocked. Seeing as I was here to fix a roof and not catch a cold, I grabbed my ladder and got to work. Rain wasn't clearing up anytime soon, and I wasn't going to pass through Scarborough for another month, so I decided now was as good a time as ever to patch up the old gal. I'll tell you what, that scrap house sure did live up to its name. Them holes were so big and the rain so heavy, I dropped my lucky wrench and the darn thing fell straight through. I finished the job and returned to his door, keen on reclaiming my ill-fated equipment, which now resided in his domicile. I was out there pounding and yelling over the gales for damn near an hour. After some time, I decided to cut my losses and head home, soaked to the bone in one wrench pour. The next day, I had the great displeasure of receiving an angry phone call from the shack owner. He started chewing my ear off about how he'd been drowning in his damn kitchen. Now, I'm a man who can handle a spot of criticism to a reasonable extent, but I wasn't overly pleased by his tone and choice of language, especially for a job I was doing on a favor. I thought I may as well pay this punk a visit, so I'd at least have a shot at reuniting with my lucky wrench. So back to Scarborough I drove. I rounded the corner and pulled into his driveway with fire in my eyes. He thinks he can cash in a favor by ignoring my company, insulting my handiwork, and keeping the tools of my trade. I was more than ready to give him a piece of my mind. Stomping through puddles, my work pants already soaked, I pounded on his door.
I don't know if this is going to be the one with the
ferocity I
flying
had the
Dexter
day
fragment
before.
now, and I'm so sorry
Only
I
today
dragged
it
y'all
looked
through
like
this.
he'd grown the manhood to actually open it. For some time, an outside observer would only see the irate ramblings of two fools with something to prove. But after the red had left my eyes, I looked over his shoulder to a peculiar sight. Streams of water filling up buckets on every conceivable surface in his home. At that moment, I whipped around to see my perfectly repaired roof on the house across the street. Coming to the same realization, the man and I began laughing until we were out of breath. Turns out it was raining so hard I'd forgotten to check the darn house number. Fighting back tears, I asked him, "What are the chances that you lived across the street from a poor sap who also had a banged-up roof?" He said back to me, and I'll never forget this. "Are you kidding? This is Scarborough. They all look like that." We just about dropped to his stoop in stitches. He ended up inviting me inside, and we sipped hooch and swapped stories till the sun came up. The next day, we ended up grabbing my lucky wrench from his neighbor once she was done cleaning the chili off it. The old maid was cooking in her kitchen when it dropped from the ceiling straight into her stock pot. After our ordeal, the old miner became one of my closest friends, and I never passed through Scarborough without paying him a visit. All that's to say, a friend can find you in some of the most unlikely of places. You just can't be afraid to drop a wrench in a pot of chili.
All right. Well, I'm so sorry that I made everyone listen to that again because that clearly did not have the Flying Dexter fragment in it, but I did pretty positive that they did mention it at some point. But the reason that I don't think it's going to, now I'm leaning that it's not going to be, is because to get it to rank 7, you need to be level 60. And this goes all the way up to R9, and I just don't feel like they're going to do a unit that's capped. So that's where I stand on that.
None of the other boss strike units have had level caps, right?
Nothing that were not passed.
Okay.
But want to go through the comments here real quick. They talk a lot toxic. Can we get a chemical boss strike reward? That would be cool. I don't think they're going to do any new units anytime soon, though. I almost blew my brains listening to that again. I'm sorry. Thank you for still tuning in, though. Much appreciated. Singing Fox says, sounds like when I have to speak with my neighbor, but I need to wait for him to tell me everything that's happened since we last spoke. Yeah.
That's funny. That's good.
That's good. And then what's up, Howkins saying, wouldn't be surprised since Maverick was exclusive to Doran and got it with the Raptor trainer. Wouldn't be surprised if they do the same for Shro. Snakes, we couldn't max them out until level cap. So are you implying that you think there's going to be a I don't think there's going to push us up to 60. What if the Doctor and Shro is a fake out? I don't think this is a fake out. I think this is almost definitely going to be Shro. I mean, realistically, this thing is going to be in what, 16 days? So we probably should
do a level cap after immediately following the boss strike, maybe.
I don't know if we need another level cap right now. I think people have got plenty of stuff.
I agree.
Prestige. But I am curious. Now, does anybody remember how early they made an announcement about the last boss strike before the boss strike happened? See you. I know you weren't there, so I know you don't.
Yeah, certainly not me.
Yeah.
Pull it up on Discord. I can check the
announcements.
Yeah. So I want to say it was like a week. Like it wasn't a long time.
Yeah. So I mean, it could just be a week heads up. So, latest they'd probably make an announcement is next week at some point.
I'm happy we got this heads up. I feel like I've been getting prepared pretty well, focusing on ranking the things and training the things that I need to. So.
Yeah, I definitely do want to kind of take a breather earlier that week just to relax a little bit.
I'm probably going to want to straddle the boss strike with a break before and a break after.
Yeah. Wasn't it after the patch to 46? No. The first boss strike was well after that patch.
It was on 12/8 was our first announcement from Alex about Uzel the Raptor trainer.
And it was on 12/14, was it?
And it was on the 18th through the 21st.
So a 10-day heads up.
So 10 days. But that was like it. It was 10 days from, they didn't give us any hint before because we just had the guilds. And then it was
boom.
Guilds are live, create your guilds, 10 days.
Well, you had to build, the guilds had to be put together 10 days before the boss strike happened, though.
Yes. That's
kind of
exactly
stressful.
how it went. Yep. Clace is saying, are any of the infected units immune to cold? Yeah, they are. Aren't most of them or all of them immune to cold?
Maulers definitely are.
Maulers definitely are.
I don't know the others.
Maulers for sure. And I know we've recommended Maulers to everyone and their mother at this point, but
Let me check the reference sheet.
I have a question for you, Hobby. If we did get the Flying Dexter fragment, would you use it in your formation for this boss strike?
no, I would never use a unit that we got in the current boss strike just because it's not ranked up.
But I mean, even if you could if you could grind it up fat, like I like the Flying Dexter fragment, and it would be appropriate because it's definitely not game breaking.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be even if I wanted to like quick rank it and throw nanos at it. It's not that like.
All right. Let me
almost-
get this thing back pulled up here because we need to stop with this slander.
It's just so mid. Unless it does fire damage, and I'm not reading it right.
No,
It does a one hit.
It's
for
stun.
165.
Its stun is the one that's pretty good. It's first attack. The
I guess I need
second
to read its crit is 65% on its single shot, and then its 3 across it gets up to 43%. That's crits versus tanks. 38 regular crit.
and it's 520.
I mean, if that was the one versus Thresher or Chinook, or I'm just trying to think of all the potential tier 10s we could get, I think that would be the one I'd be least excited for.
Yeah, I mean,
that I would actually least use in the event too. Like if we got the Thresher tank or the Chinook, I would be trying to level those up during the event, during the boss strike.
I would not. I'm not that crazy, but I mean, I'd be happy for either. I'm just happy to kind of get back out there.
Oh, so am I. I just like collecting units too. Like eventually I want to have all the units. So I want the Flying Dexter fragment. I just don't know. Like last boss strike, as soon as we got the level cap, I took the airplane immediately to rank 9 because I was excited for its use cases. Whereas the Flying Dexter, I don't see any use case for it besides being cool and kind of fun. I mean, it flies. I guess I'd have to try it against naval since you can get that out in the water and some other things. But it doesn't seem like I'd be like, oh, I really want to put time into this.
It's not the craziest health in the world, too. I mean, here's the deal. Like, Halkin brings up a good point. Halkin actually, are you all able to see the chat? I want to bring this up here. But Halkin says Flying Dexter would be a pain in PvP when they release that. Only Sentinel fragments can counter and no AA units thus far. I mean, there are other go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say there are AA units. So we have the anti-aircraft turret and
I don't know. I don't know if I'd have enough cojones to put an anti-aircraft unit in my PvP formation.
That would be you gotta have some big cojones to be doing that.
I could be easily tricked.
I killed all my Arctic troopers to infect. Do I use steel on producing them again or use steel upgrading infected troopers? I have 4 of each of them, so I feel like it would be a good unit to max out. I would say probably produce Arctic troopers because you can produce more than 4 of each. And Arctic troopers are pretty good. I've had a very good experience with them, I will say. They have high dodge. They're pretty expendable. You can reproduce them, and they're not very hard to rank up. I would definitely get... Go ahead.
I was going to say to the question before, not to sidetrack, it looks like Maulers are the only infected with cold immunity. Just from spot checking that.
Yeah, so if that's the case, Clace especially, definitely get some Arctic troopers in there.
I think the whole event was the devs knew the amount of just like, not angst, but just like players upset because if they didn't have Maulers, they'd be they'd be basically essentially, I think, you'd have to just do whip grinding the boss strike.
Which is, you can still do that.
Which you could still do that, but
I'm sure I will have to do that after
and
I
some
lose
some players who have Maul, like this thing, I have no idea if there is cold hitting, and I'm sure there's going to be a unit or two like the Chinook where if you don't take it down, it can almost one hit your Mauler. So like you're going to be losing stuff even with the best of units in this boss strike.
Yeah, how are we going to deal with air? What do we think is the best formation there?
AA turrets. 10 AA turrets.
I've heard demo men, vets,
Oh,
honestly,
demo man, right?
if you're
Chuckers.
lucky enough, a fragment, and Chuckers free to play is by far the best.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ranged and melee both hit air?
Oh yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That's why the players who have those.
Oh, I thought you were
like,
talking about. I thought you were talking about my ancient construct fragments.
Okay,
Oh,
to be fair, I've been running my Sinister fragments, doing the endless grind for gears,
Mm-hmm.
and because they can sometimes two hit the Chinook, but they can always hit it. Like both their attacks hit air.
Yes.
And so they're not a frontline unit, but you could put two of them in the second row if you have them 5 or 6, and I think they might be a valuable boss strike unit.
they're not a bad unit.
I would not sleep on the Dexter or Sinister in this boss strike.
I'm glad that they're
I
finally.
can't
getting their
remember if they
flowers.
have cold immunity though. If they don't have cold immunity and we're getting frost every turn, then
Then it's
I
gonna be a
would take
problem.
them out.
I don't think they might.
Doesn't look-
We did talk about vet
doesn't
cyanide too. We did mention
look
that they are
like it.
able to hit air. Yeah,
I'm
CU
gonna
are
look
they?
up the Sinister.
It just checking. It doesn't look like they do have cold immunity. I'm sorry.
No. That's a great problem.
Flying Dexter does has freeze immunity.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Can I say something? Freeze immunity might be super underestimated for PvP.
Oh no, freeze immunity is everything, man. Because
Mm-hmm.
freeze in like high ranking PvP, you have to have a free use unit, 1 if not 2. Like ETs, like I played in high ranking PvP. I was in like the top 100 leaderboard
Yeah.
in OG PvP, and every player you either had a legendary boar, an ET,
Mm-hmm.
or
Flying Dexter fragment.
or a no, because they couldn't freeze. But what are they called? Elemental rovers.
Yes.
And they would all. I mean, though, if to be able to defend against freeze in your front line is underestimated. If it's a good unit early, like to the other person who commented, the flying Dexter fragments could be really good in PvP. Do they have full blocking or half blocking? I didn't.
Let's take a look. Flying Dexter.
Yes, because if they're
Flying
full
Dexter.
blocking, and because the ETs can't shoot over blocking.
Mm.
Flying Dexter blocking is none.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So never mind. They're not. I mean, they'd still be good because they wouldn't get frozen. But having a blocking unit that's anti-freeze would be a big deal.
The Flying Dexter can stun you and make armor piercing hit air. That is true. I don't think it'd be like. Look, I don't think every boss strike tier 10 unit is going to be a snake or a B10 boar. At the end of the day,
No, that's what I said. It'd be very appropriate
Yeah.
because it's not going to break the game.
Mm.
But it would determine for me, like I'm not going to try and get 5 million boss strike points during a boss strike where that's the tier 10 reward.
Oh,
It's just like,
come on, not with that attitude. Because you don't. You don't have a
Can
frag,
you imagine
do you?
day 4 and you're like, maybe I could get one more of these.
I know.
'Cause
I understand. But
the motivation to chase, you need it by day 4.
yes,
You need it.
Or if you don't play the first 3 days, then you got it for day 4.
That's true, I guess. But they'll still try to put it in. And I'm fine with that. It's nice to have boss strikes where it's like, let's just hit the tier we want to as
Yep.
a guild and be done.
There's
And
too much.
honestly, the
competition, too.
leaderboard, I don't have a AS fragment, so like I don't think I could even get on the leaderboard. I
Mhm.
think it'll be interesting to see if anyone can make it on the leaderboard who doesn't have a fragment.
That's going to be a tough ask.
Yeah, that's going to be really hard.
Like
it's like
that'll be
gonna-
more impressive than anyone who gets in the top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, is there a cold damage? Is there a unit that is immune to cold that is sub 50, level 50 or level 40? Are the animals immune or no?
This is a good idea and something I wanted to add. I want to be able to like search for classifications like that when doing a unit lookup, like filter by.
You're just doing a V lookup for units.
Let's see.
I gotta get going, hubby. I got dinner with the fam, but thanks for letting me on the stream. I'll
All
try
right,
and hop
well,
on next
cheers.
week too if I'm
Yeah.
See you, Bohica.
The
I'm
one that
available.
I'd like for y'all to come on is the one in 2 weeks, especially because that's going to be our boss strike prep stream.
Oh, that's gonna be so much fun. Yeah, I'll be on. I got that week blocked off. Pray it doesn't snow. I do snow for a living. So
I do snow. My job is snow. All righty.
see you, boys.
See ya. Have a good one.
Yeah. I hope it's not snowing by the end of March. We got 70 degrees today. It was awesome.
I know it's beautiful out here too. Until late game is where the game changes with plasma units. Yeah. Ooh, I might be able to get this last. One more.
I'm looking forward to the progression of this because even a lot of the later game stuff I missed out on when we were playing first time because I stopped playing kind of early. So I missed out on a lot of like the later boss strikes and plasma units and a bunch of other stuff. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, so you kind of have a whole new thing coming your way. And yeah, that's a good point, Healy Seal. Like, maybe they don't do cold damage. Honestly, this might not be a cold damage thing. I'd be very curious. Even if they don't do cold damage, though, I personally would like to see like a change of scenery where the boss strike is. I think it's cool if it's like a different background or something like that.
I forget that the backgrounds can change sometimes. I'm so used to this desert.
Everyone's used to the desert because they've been stuck at Bigfoot country. Because it changes. Does it change for New Haven? No.
I don't even remember. I kind of block it out at this point. I don't really
Yeah.
especially when I'm grinding, but doing like campaign stuff. Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Cookies? Like, well, good to see you. If there is cold damage, then T10 will be better. If no cold damage, then Flying Frag, in my opinion. Okay.
Yes, the city. Okay, cool.
Yes, the city. Okay, thanks, Quest. Okay, Cookies like Whoa actually has an interesting opinion. He thinks that, if it is cold, he thinks that the tier 10 is going to be a more valuable unit, like a Thresher tank or something. But if it's not tier 10, he thinks that it's going to be like a Flying Dexter Frag sort of. If he's saying if it is a cold, like if there's a freeze ability in this boss strike, he thinks that the tier 10 unit is going to be very OP or very good. But if it's not saying that this is a bad unit by any means, but he thinks it's going to be a more casual unit like the Flying Dexter Fragment if there is no.
I would be surprised if there was an environment for this. This is only the second boss strike. I feel like it doesn't need to be anything that crazy. I think they can kind of keep that in their pocket for a later one. But
yeah. Now, do you think we're going to see? Do you think we're going to see like? Well, the real question, honestly, is going to be what resource is going to be the
donation resource.
Yeah.
It was concrete last time.
I believe it was, yeah.
Probably just lumber. I think that's
I know, but now I need lumber.
Too busy making trebs.
Too busy making trebs. I mean, I don't even have that many. I only have 11, but still.
Luckily, the lumber output is higher than the concrete output because we have an extra wood spot.
Yeah, I hear you. If so, I need to make I probably need to make a temporary lumber mill.
My storage isn't high enough to really have resource donations make that much big of an impact. So I'm
it's
probably
something
gonna have to just grind it out.
And I just wait till we get to like tier 10 or at least tier 9 to start making those as well.
Yeah, because the whatever the conversion rate isn't even until then.
Nice. If it's lumber, all those advanced logging camp havers will be vindicated. It's a new slur in Battle Nations. Is it an advanced lumber or advanced logging camp haver? It's hilarious.
Oh, who would do that? Oh god.
Oh, alrighty. Will you be closing shops and buildings for extra storage? That is a good question. We will be full on XP production. During this, we simply just cannot afford to stop XP production. Especially since we are a free-to-play player, and we really need those prestige stars. So if anything gets turned off, it will be like a prestige academy gets turned off, or any of these places where you can produce more units. those will be turned off just sheerly for the fact that I'm probably not going to be producing a ton of units during the boss strike. But Siege, do you any different attacks on that, or is that kind of your methodology as well?
I'm actually probably going to be turning just about everything off.
Okay.
Potentially for storage. I don't know yet. My concern is I spend a bunch of resources building a bunch of temporary things and then don't get a level cap for a long time and need to get rid of it all.
Yes.
But I'm definitely leaning more towards disabling everything because I'm totally fine sacrificing a few days of XP and a few days of production just to maximize points here.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm on like my 4th or 5th radio tech now. I don't really have a need for prestige stars at the moment.
You haven't thought about making a different type of unit, or are you just going straight radio tech?
No, I wanted I'm probably gonna. I like to do even 10s on everything, and I wanted more than one radio tech because I wanted that buffer for the Ancient Sentinel.
Yeah.
But I did an Eagle Eye also because I think they're cool. But.
Okay. Bingo card, Chinook tier 10 reward. Interesting.
Yeah, I think that's very reasonable. I think that's probably the right take.
All right, so people are saying Chinook. I'd be happy with the Chinook too. I'm not complaining. It's a raggedy old unit, but I'd be there for it. But hey, with that being said, guys, we did have the hey, what's going on, somebody? 5 radio tech is crazy. It is crazy. Well, guys, I do have a new video that's coming out tomorrow, so please stick around for that. We'll just catch it. Make sure to hit those bell notifications. Make sure to subscribe and like the video. But we're going to be heading off tonight. Did a big stream on Sunday as well, and got some things cooking. But thank you for joining me tonight. I hope to see you back here soon.
Of course.
And yeah, guys, until next week, and make sure to check out the video tomorrow. Make sure to subscribe, and have a good evening.
Bye, everybody.